Oh, you guys, this is the One Piece King here today. Apparently there's been like a lot of news spreading around and stuff, at least for the One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 game. Um, I remember I was looking through my videos just earlier and I had checked that I made a video like a week ago. So I'm sorry if the pacing of it is being very much, like where I'm not doing three a week or, kind of keeping pace with that. I've kind of been doing work and kind of doing a little bit of other stuff, so that's kind of why I haven't really done a lot. But anyway, though, but now to kind of get back on the train and everything because, you know, so with Pirate Warriors 4, we actually got the official release date, like I said in the last one. We got, or I don't know if I even mentioned it in the last video because if not, I'll mention it here, but if I did, I'll mention it again. Um, the release date for Pirate Warriors 4 for Japan is the 26th. So I may have, messed that up in that one if I said that. But for, like all around the world for like a global side of it is the 27th. So, so for March 27th in 2020, we're gonna be getting One Piece Pirate Warriors 4. Um, yeah, I mean, I just kind of think that, with some of the new characters that they're going to be announcing, at least for this month of December right here, because, I believe, yeah, it was back in November and everything, because now we're in December right now. Um, but yeah, back in November, we started getting some bit of news and everything. Like, we started getting some other characters and everything. Of course, the Straw Hats being playable, and we're like, okay, that's kind of like we already knew the Straw Hats were gonna make it in there, but it's good to know that they probably might have new move sets and everything. Um, and we've also got a few new characters like we got Barto and Cavendish to be the new ones to arrive in the game, so I give a pretty good plus for that. I already discussed about them and everything, so you can go and check out that video if you want. Um, but anyway, though, I felt like I really wanted to do another character speculation video where, kind of updating the list, like a part three. Yeah, like either a part three or a part four, because I know I did like two before. Um, but anyway, though, let's kind of get into it and everything. So, the first character that I really want in there and everything is still Charlotte Smoothie. I know that I announced this character like way back whenever I did the wish list, or yeah, it was like the wish list of characters that I want in Pirate Warriors 4, and I did mention Smoothie before, but that was because the reason why I think Smoothie will be in it, like most likely, is because Smoothie is a female character, and whenever you kind of have female characters in an anime game, they really do want to go with the fan service with it, like examples would be like the new Fairy Tail game that either I think it's gonna be coming out pretty soon. That Fairy Tail MMO game. Which I think is a very first one for for the consoles and everything, because I think they've had PC Fairy Tail games before, but they never really had it to where Fairy Tail had its actual console games before, really, like, on Xbox or PlayStation or anything like that. Like, never really had Fairy Tail games out like that and everything. But, they're finally having a Fairy Tail MMO game, and it would not surprise me if they somehow had it to where sometimes the female characters in the game, like say Ursa or Lucy, would somehow be like in a bikini or something, I guess, because Fairy Tail has a really huge fan service rate, I should say. Um, but like I'm not saying I hate the fan service, in animes like that whenever and everything whenever they have the action title in it. It's just like it's more the creator really that gave a lot of his female characters the fan service and everything. So, that was the creator of Fairy Tail. That was his series. He could do whatever he wanted with it. So it's fine. One Piece, on the other hand, has its moments, but it's not too huge. Like, they'll have their fan service moments, but it's like not too huge fan service moments. Like, they'll be there, but not a lot. But yeah, but going on that same road and everything with Smoothie, um, there's literally millions of ways what they could do with Smoothie is that they could also give her some fan service outfits and everything in the game as like some DLC or something. Or, possibly even doing it like in Pirate Warriors 3, how you can actually buy some of the costumes and everything, except not with actual money, but with the game currency. Like with the game currency that you collect throughout the game, you actually get to buy outfits and everything. But I don't think any of it was really for any of it was really for like DLC outfits or anything. It was more like for story related outfits, and that's why I was like, okay. But who knows really, who knows? They might change it a bit and be like, yeah, some of those we could say for DLC, but some of those we could be like, yeah, just throw it in the game and be like, they could, play through the game, get, like basically get like the game currency money, which is belly or berries, and you can use the berries to like buy costumes and all that kind of stuff. In which I basically would be like, that's cool, like that's pretty good. But yeah, but still going on the road with Smoothie, and other details I've already talked about way before because of her abilities and all that, and plus she's also a sweet commander, so please, like Bandai, can we get Charlotte Smoothie in the game and everything? That'd be very awesome. So yeah, putting the Charlotte Smoothie out the way, because she's the first one still. The second one, I believe I said this one too, and it is a Charlotte Cracker. And, again, kind of the same reasons, like I said in whenever I did I believe the part one or part two talking about him. And, it's just Cracker, his abilities are really good and everything. And he's, like, even though I wouldn't say he's weak out of the 3/4, because there used to be four sweet commanders, but now there's three. I wouldn't really say that he's the weakest out of the three. I would say like as, in terms of like actual sheer strength, Cracker doesn't really, go all out and everything, like he'll go all out with his abilities and create all these biscuit warriors to fight for him, but Cracker would be more of like, I believe they still do have the trickster type of characters in there, I think. Um I would have to look at all the types of characters that they have in there and everything because, Cracker would have to fit into one of those types of characters that, would also really be playing smart, but also would kind of be playing cocky at the same time. And I think they do have some characters in the game that are like that where, they would play smart, but they would also play a bit cocky with, their moves and everything. Like, you get so good, but then, you can kind of get beaten out of your combos there and stuff. Which is basically what Doflamingo's whole moveset was in Pirate Warriors 3. Like, he was a quick character to play as, but, it's just, he can be too fast, but you can also get, beaten up whenever you're doing too quick of your combos and stuff. So that's why you gotta be careful, with using Doflamingo with the speed. You gotta be careful with that. Dofi is kind of a speed character. Um, but yeah, but Cracker I could see, basically being like, I think, a technical character is what I'm looking for. Because Cracker, like I said, would be smart, but he would also be a tiny bit cocky with, how he does his move set and everything. Like I can see Bandai really creating like a really good move set for Cracker, like it's really good to use. But, it'd be like too good in which you think like, you would get, basically you would get the feeling like Cracker would and be like, yeah, I think I'm gonna win with these moves, and then kind of the enemy could already be like, nope, like you hit this side, like you hit the right side, but there's the left side of enemies that hit you out of it, like basically breaking you out of the cocky mind that you gotta play serious. But yeah, but I can see that being for Cracker and everything, so like millions of reasons why, but I think just the two would be that Cracker would be like a technical character, smart but cocky, but also because he's also one of the sweet commanders already. Because, you know, like few videos ago, ever since we got the new, well, that I talked about, but ever since we got the news, like way back, like it was either in November or October, but we got the news of Katakuri being a playable character. So that's whenever I got really started thinking, like, okay, maybe the Sweet Commanders, like all three, could start being playable and stuff. Like Cracker could make an appearance in there, Smoothie could too. Like all three of them could be all united together and it would be like unstoppable to have all three. So, you know. But now moving Cracker aside and everything, because not all of them are going to be Whole Cake Island characters, not all of them, because I kind of still want to separate them out and everything for different ones. And this is going to be kind of a huge list and everything, so this video might be a little bit long. So just giving you that warning right now. So now if we're going on the third character and everything, this one I've also talked about previously. It is still Bellamy. I still think Bellamy could make a playable spot somewhere. Because Bellamy, he was introduced in Pirate Warriors 3, and, it's just every time whenever I go and sometimes play Pirate Warriors 3, not now, but whenever I used to before, and either if I go and play the story with the Jaya map, or if I go, and do random matches and everything, and either I have Bellamy fighting on my side, or Bellamy's like, I have to fight him, um, I don't know. It's just every time I go to look at him and everything, I'm just thinking, like, you could have had so much potential to be a playable character. Your moveset would be off the charts, you know? Like, Bellamy would also be one of those speedy type of characters. Like, he could literally be, like, all over the place, Because with Bellamy's spring fruit, he can literally, bounce all over the walls and everything and literally just do whatever he likes. But I hope in Pirate Warriors 4, because they have this new thing called, it's called territory destruction or area destruction. I believe it's called better like that. Basically, what that means is that the area around you, like say a building, like say a perfectly good looking building in the map, you could do a overpowering move while you're attacking a bunch of enemies, and the building would kind of crumble. The building would crumble to pieces the minute you launch like a big old attack at it. Same thing would, like a good thing would go, that for Bellamy and everything, because Bellamy, he's got this move called Spring Hopper, and and the more that he jumps fast with it and everything, it would kind of be like he would crumble the pieces of the buildings that he's jumping off of and everything, and kind of just be like, pretty good with that and stuff. So that's why I think, Bellamy could also make potential for that territory destruction too, or area destruction. But still, I think that, Bellamy could make good potential for that and everything, but also for many other reasons that, since Pirate Warriors 3, the last game, Bellamy could have really had potential. So I think he needs to be, brought back and everything. We're not exactly sure how many characters are going to be brought back, but they said, but Bandai said that there will be some characters from the previous game that they're not going to bring back. I hope Bellamy is not going to be excluded out of that, because Bellamy wasn't even playable. The dude wasn't even playable. Give him a chance, give Bellamy a chance. Dude needs to come back in the game. It'd be pretty awesome. Um, and make him playable as well. So yeah, I'm still going on the Bellamy train because I think that, Bellamy could really be a good character. And I believe they also have, as type classes and everything, because they're going to do, type classes for characters in the game. That I believe they do have the speedy type of characters and everything, or the quick type of characters. I think speed really fits it, but Bellamy would definitely be like one of those speedy type of characters, and possibly a sky type too, because Bellamy would kind of be bouncing around the air too and everything, and he'd be a really quick character and stuff, like really fast. So who really knows what they're gonna do with him? I hope they bring him back though. Fourth character. Fourth character, this is a completely new one. I don't think I've ever discussed about this one before. We saw this character in the trailer and everything, and, it's just, I don't know. Like, we saw this character in the trailer and never even thought that he was even going to have a player model, and that would be Kinemon, or Kinemon, as I would like to call him. Like, Kinemon doesn't really have, like, Kinemon was never in Pirate Warriors 3 at all, even though he should have been, kind of represented in there. Like, Kinemon should have been represented in, Pirate Warriors 3 a little bit. Momo wasn't either, and everything. Like, Momo or Kinemon weren't even, really, like, represented and everything. Like, Wano... like Wano with Kaido and all that was definitely like, it was a building up to it because, kind of a bit of spoilers and everything. I mean, the game's been out pretty long now, so I don't know if y'all watched like the either the like story cutscenes of Pirate Warriors 3 or just flat out just watch walkthroughs of the game. Um, like all the way from like the beginning all the way to the end of the story and stuff. But whenever they made up their own ending in Pirate Warriors 3, because Dressrosa wasn't completely finished yet in the series. At least I think it was either by manga or anime standards. But either way, though, it wasn't done, so they made up their own ending. And whenever Luffy and the crew they were getting ready to sail out of Dressrosa to say goodbye, Law was saying that he was gonna, basically say like their alliance is over and that he's gonna go his own way and everything. Like they were gonna be enemies again. But then Luffy is kind of suggesting like, hey, why not we go and take down Kaido together? Like let's go take down Kaido. And I'm like, so the name was mentioned, but yet, I don't know if that's like trying to reference in that Wano is also going to be referenced in there too. Like, what does that mean? Um, but it's just I don't understand it much and everything because because like we still didn't get representation of characters from Wano itself. Um, I mean, like I said in the fourth one, we only got like Momo and Kinemon to be characters that kind of just showed up in the trailer. But who knows really? We might get the other Scabbards and everything, because we're already starting to get what they're looking like in the anime, and it's pretty cool actually. But to talk about Kinemon though, Kinemon I think, could be a really cool character to play with and everything. Because he is also one of the sword type of characters and everything. We don't, I don't think we really got a lot of those type of characters in, like the Pirate Warriors series itself. Because, of course we got Zoro, we got Brook, we got Shanks, Tashigi, um, like yeah, so far I think I could only list out four and everything because I'm trying to really think of other characters that used the swords and everything, but not a lot of them really have used swords and stuff. Not really a lot of them have. It was more like, I mean, Whitebeard had a Bicento is what he had, but he like the way how he used the Bicento and everything he kind of has his his quake powers in the Biceto in which kind of uses that to kind of do his moves and stuff. So he's not really slashing anybody with it. It's more like he's kind of just using his powers to get everybody out of the way. So Whitebeard really doesn't count and everything. Mordia has the scissors but doesn't really use them to kind of slash at people. So Mordia also doesn't count either. Buggy has a little bit of the knives and everything. Like he's got like these little, knives that he uses and everything in his move set, but I don't think he really counts either because, I mean, sort of yeah, he does slash at people and stuff like that, but those are really knives. They're not really like swords. So Buggy, I don't think really counts either. But hold on. I almost thought I was gonna sneeze there for a second. I'm sorry. But yeah, but I'm like trying to really think back with all the characters that had swords and everything. I mean, Kaku was also in there, and Kaku does use swords. But Kaku wasn't a playable character. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we've had some characters, even not playable, use swords and stuff, but, there could have been characters, that could have been on the playable roster that use swords, but there weren't really a lot of them. So I think in Pirate Warriors 4 we could also use more sword using characters and everything like Kinemon. And but with Kinemon though, his sword style is different because he carries two swords. But with those two swords and everything, Kinemon kind of uses a special fighting style and everything that causes his swords to ignite in flames. Like either well, they do ignite in flames, but even with the slashes and everything, whoever he slashes could also be ignited in flames as well. So I'm thinking that could be a really cool thing and stuff because, again, besides, the sword slashing characters that we don't have a lot of, characters that would base on elements and everything, like using elemental abilities to cause, some type of status to characters. I don't think we have a lot of those either and everything because, of course we have Ace and Sabo that were announced for Pirate Warriors 4, even though they're not really new characters, but they are, of the fire class that they use, fire abilities and everything. But they're not really, like I don't think that, there's not really like a lot of characters that use fire. Because besides those two, you have Luffy who would use the Red Hawk. It's not as special anymore, it's his combo, so that's pretty cool. Um, and then you also have Frankie that uses the Fireball, and well, also now thinking about it, Nami also uses an ability that is okay, now really thinking of like there's a few, but not a whole lot and everything. Like there's not a whole lot of characters, in the game that would use fire. Some of them do, but not a whole lot though. Um, because now I'm just really thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, there were, like there was this one, but then it started spiraling into me remembering these other characters could also use fire too, or heat-based abilities and everything with, their move sets or whatever. But they, but they really, like not a lot of fire users and stuff. So that's really it and everything. I think Kinemon really could also, break that and everything and basically be like, yeah, I can, use my fiery sword skills and kind of, help out and everything. Like that'd be cool. Um, so I believe that's already four characters out the way. A fifth character, we didn't really get to see confirmed yet. Like people want to say that this character is confirmed because of a screenshot. I believe it was in Usopp's gameplay of the screenshot, and what it was that we got to see like in the background when Usopp was using his techniques against the enemies and everything. There was this one character that was wearing like a red coat or something on his back in the background, like kind of a bit far back, and you can clearly see it. A lot of people were speculating that that was Eustace Kid, and I would like to think that it's Eustace Kid, but honestly, I'm not really sure if we're really gonna see Eustace Kid be playable or not, or see his player model in the game. Um, because I think I did talk about this before, like way long back, where in Burning Blood we got to see some supernovas actually become playable, and Drake and Kid were one of them. So that's kind of why I was thinking like, okay, maybe we could see, all the supernovas actually making a playable appearance this time because, Hawkins, will get his name mentioned and everything. Like, his name was mentioned in Burning Blood as well, but he wasn't a playable supernova. But now in Pirate Warriors 4 and everything, like in an actual One Piece game this time, Hawkins is actually making his actual appearance this time. Like, he's not being, excluded out and everything. So that's why I'm thinking, like, hey, that's cool. Hawkins, makes an appearance. That's cool. Um, and we also got to see Drake in his human form in, the trailer for the official release date and everything. So I thought, hey, maybe Drake could also, make an appearance in the, in the playable roster as well. Like, who knows really? Drake probably might, because, now we can kind of, confirm that Drake isn't just, gonna be like a big old boss character in his dinosaur form, but that Drake is actually going to be, a playable character because he could probably switch between the two. So that probably actually makes it really cool and everything with Drake. Like that's pretty awesome. Um, but Kid, it's just we got to see what Kid was capable of and everything with, how they did him in the series and even Burning Blood itself. And, I can definitely see that we can get like a lot more potential moves that either they could create their own or that, they could use what Kid has done in the series as of like attacks and everything. And we could definitely see, Kid actually pulling off some pretty cool moves and everything. I think Kid would be like a powerhouse type of character, that could really start doing a lot of destruction and everything. Like Kid would be a destructive character to play as. So, please, like, can we get, Eustace Kid in this game too? Because destructive capabilities truly means like, hey, overpowered character, like we got Eustace Kid up in this, so come on. Um, so yeah, Eustace Kid, let's have him in the game, yeah? Okay, moving on to the sixth character. I'm not exactly sure how many I'll do. This will probably be like 10, 15 characters probably. Just probably gotta put a number on that right now. Um, but this will be the seventh character, or no, this is the sixth character, I believe. Either the sixth or the seventh. It had to be the seventh, I think, because Kid was six. Um, or maybe no, Smoothie Cracker, yeah, Smoothie Cracker, and then Kinemon, Smoothie Cracker, Kinemon, and then Kid, I think. So it had to be five. Yeah, so we getting on to the fifth one, I think. I don't know. I'm now forgetting and everything. Like it's making me lose my mind and stuff. But anyway, I guess moving on to the next one. Um, a next character and everything, which I think also we haven't really seen at all. I believe this will probably be like one of the Wano characters and everything. We just recently got to see him in the anime and stuff, but we actually don't know if that part is going to be like represented in the game because I think the more hyped up stuff that we're getting about Wano in the series and everything, I think Bandai is just like, okay, it seems like we can't really do like a made up ending of Wano and stuff. Like people are really hyped up to see like, oh my god, we could have all these like moments of Wano in the anime, or all these moments, from the One Piece anime into the game. So that means that we'll keep it getting updated and stuff. So, that means we cannot get a made up ending of Wano. We will still, get a lot of the content coming in and everything. And I'm like, it's like Bandai knows what they're doing. Like One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 will probably be an ongoing game that will be like, updating until possibly Wano finishes probably in the anime, which probably might be a long time actually now that I'm thinking about it because they got, I didn't really watch the full video of Makai Sayan's like full video about the newest news that we got about One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, I think in terms of like story or possible characters. By the way, shout out to his channel and everything. Again. Um, but I did see where it was like a screenshot where it was the like the Luffy Gear Fourth player model using Kong organ or organ gun, or I could just say Kong organ or orgun because that's what he calls it in the Japanese and everything. I don't think I've ever really heard him say it in the English yet. I'm still waiting on that. Um, but basically it's like him using like more than like two of his arms and everything. He's got like three sets and everything, like three or two sets in both of his arms, and he like kind of like attacks a lot or punches a lot. Um, but we did get to see that, and he's hitting Kaido a bunch of times and everything, in which well, he's hitting Kaido with that in his human form, like in Kaido's human form, a regular form, and I'm thinking like he didn't really use that against Kaido in the human form. He really used that. I think he used that in Kaido in his dragon form. Like I don't like. I'll have to go back and look at the manga again. With the Luffy versus Kaido fight because Luffy unloaded a lot of moves on Kaido and none of it did nothing to him. I'll tell you that now. Nothing was phased about him. Not a bruise, not a scratch, nothing. It was like taking all those punches, he got back up and he's like, like, shoot, you just woke me up, I was drunk off my mind and now you beat the crap out of me so many times and now, you kind of woke me up and it's like, okay, smack with the club with Kanombo and Luffy just deflates out of the Gear 4s and just one shot right there, just done, you know. Um, Apparently, from what it seems, we probably might get that as like an actual cutscene in the game where, I don't know if we're actually gonna like, do a little fight with Kaido, except it'll do nothing in the beginning. Like, not even his health bar will go down. It's like we'll unload all these attacks on him, and then in the end, it's like it does nothing. He'll be all like, cutscene happens, and it's showing Luffy unloading all these moves still, and right as he's about to go and like kind of just finish off with one blow or something, like boop, just a smack of the club, and Luffy deflates out of the gear fourth, and that's it for him. It's like, shoot, like we're done, you know, like I really think that Bandai and Koei Tecmo are really trying to kind of update it from time to time and stuff. Like, I really don't think they're gonna do a made up ending of Wano. Like, I think that they're really gonna be updating, Wano and everything. Like, they're really preparing us to literally be like, yeah, we'll get all these moments and everything, and the moments are still gonna be coming, and we're gonna be getting these early on and everything because I mean, it's Bandai and Koei Tecmo. They're actually living in, the actual country of Japan, and, the animators that go and make the One Piece episodes and stuff. So they're technically are going to look at it and be like, like we're looking at all these, and how the episodes are gonna look before they're actually released and everything because, the episodes officially release on Saturdays anyway, but Bandai and Koei Tecmo, they really get to go and look at all that stuff and everything before it's ever released. And they basically just go and interpret it in, like, they go and use all that material and put it into their game before it ever came out into, the anime and everything. Like, example would be, Blackbeard, how his new look is and everything. Like, we got a screenshot of what, Blackbeard's new world look and everything. Like, he's actually got like little ponytails or whatever around his beard. Like he's got three of them. I think he's either got three or five. Like he's literally got like a lot around his beard and everything this time. Like he really looks different. Um, but Blackbeard's got this new look and everything. We got to officially see that in the manga way back and stuff. Like I'm trying to really remember. I think it was like 929 or 939, and like it was like a really no, it was chapter 912, I believe. 912, I believe, was like when we officially got to see Blackbeard's like official look for the new world because for the longest time ever and everything we really never got to really see what Blackbeard looked like after the time skip, but now we do, and it's like wow, Blackbeard's really changed out a lot. um but yeah, though, it's just, we got to see that in the game, but by anime standards, we never got to see that yet and everything. So, sorry for the big spoilers of, for the anime watchers and everything, but, the official look of what you see with Blackbeard in Pirate Warriors 4, that's what he looks like now. All right, so I'm sorry, but that's what he looks like now, So it's really wow, it's really wow. Like Bandai and Koei Tecmo will do those moments where it'll literally be like, yeah, we'll put all these moments into the game and everything, and like that's it, that's just it, and like we'll keep updating probably from time to time to where it really won't be a made up ending of Wano. Like I think people are really wanting like the official ending of the Wano arc and everything, like this big war that's about to happen, and I think that's what Bandai is really trying to do and everything. Like they're trying to literally be like, we're really gonna get the big war set up and everything. Like every single thing, that literally that's gonna be like put into the story, like as of new chapters and new episodes, that's gonna be in the game. That is flat out gonna be in the game. Like that's what their whole mind is doing. Like they're like, we're gonna get this whole war all planned out and everything. Like this big war is gonna happen, but it's just really gonna be crazy. Like it's gonna be the biggest, war of One Piece like the world has ever seen. So who knows really? But sorry for going on a rant like that and stuff, or not really a rant, but like more of just like a surprise, really, because I think that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna keep updating until it, builds up to that war, And probably even after the game releases, they're probably still gonna lead up to that war, probably. Like, who knows, really? I really don't know, but I hope the ending of it will really go good. It's gonna be awesome. I really hope so. Um, but yeah, but moving off of Kid and everything, because like I said, Kid could be destructive. Um, and it'd be really great for another supernova, like I said, so it'd be really awesome. I think I did mention Drake as well. Yeah, I did mention Drake. Same reason with Drake though. We could also use more Zoan users too, because the only zone user that we currently have right now in Priorities 4 in the roster is Chopper. But we look at some other ones and everything, and not really a lot of zone users and everything. So we need Drake to kind of fill that spot and stuff because, throughout all the Pirate Warriors games and everything, we really haven't gotten a lot of zone users actually. I mean, we got a few, but not to the point where there's like a whole lot of zone users and everything. Like Chopper was one. I mean, Chopper at the time, way before Pirate Warriors 3 was ever released, Chopper was the only confirmed zone user, and we haven't really got to use any of the different ones until Pirate Warriors 3 came out, and we actually got to see Rob Lucci, kind of basically become a playable zone user. As of NPCs, I believe we only got like a couple. Yeah, we only got like a couple more that were kind of like, well, not really playable zone users, but they were NPC zone users, and that was Kagu and Jabra, and like that's about it really. Like those two right there. It's just, I mean, I think Kaku could also make it as well and everything. Now that I'm thinking about it, like also another character for a zone user to be thrown in there. I think Kaku could also make it in there because there's a lot really to do with Kaku too. Like Kaku, just like Lucci, Kaku has potential too and everything. Like Lucci would be destructive, as he is, but Kaku would be the same too. Like Kaku could be destructive. So yeah, both Drake and Kaku for Zoan users, to kind of be upped on the list and everything. Please do. Please do. Like we need more Zoan users, please. So throwing those two out and everything, because I don't think we ever really got any confirmation of what type of other characters we're going to be getting and everything. The only one we really got was Marco, which I almost forgot Marco and everything for a second because he was also a Zoan user, so that technically makes three that we had playable. But still, we need more than just three Zoan users. We need like a lot more and stuff because the Zoan users we've seen a lot of and everything, but it's just, come on. We need to see and also play with them a lot more and stuff because if we don't and everything, what's the whole point of even having Zoan user, characters in the game, just don't. Um, but another character though that I would like to make a return though. I mean, he's not new. He's a really old one and everything. And news on I heard about this one though, was Magellan, and like basically the one that I'm talking about on this list that I do still want in the game and everything for Pirate Warriors 4 is Magellan. And the reason being is because Magellan is a powerful character. Like as powerful as he is, the potential for Magellan in Pirate Warriors 3 was like, yeah, he's a really good character. He has all these types of poisonous moves and everything because he has he ate the poison fruit, I believe. Yeah, it was like, yeah, it was poison. Yeah, it was a poison fruit and everything. Or no, it wasn't poison. It was the venom fruit is what it was. In which case it means that it controls a lot, like all the types of poisons and everything, like all the toxins and everything, like poisonous gas, acid. I believe it can control acid as well. Poison itself that could even kind of like really kill you and everything or cause you pain. Like he has all that and everything, which literally like, okay, Magellan's a really powerful guy. But the thing of it is, though, was that they removed Magellan to be a playable character, at least from what I heard of the rumors of with the Japanese side of what Bandai was doing, that they were going to remove Magellan off of being, on the playable roster and stuff for Pirate Warriors 4. Like, Magellan would not make a comeback. And I'm thinking, why? Because we have Impel Down and everything, and if you want to make Magellan into like a giant boss character and everything, only way to do that is by having Venom Demon in there. But if you don't have Venom Demon in there, like if Impel Down gets shown as an arc, like screenshots of Impel Down and stuff in from Pirate Warriors 4, and if I don't see Magellan with Venom Demon in there, I'm gonna literally be like, how could you not say Magellan's not playable when you still didn't give the guy his most highest technique, of his move ever? Like, we've had, Magellan in all three of the Pirate Warriors games and stuff. I'm not sure if he was playable in the first one. I don't know if he was playable in the second one either. But the third one he most definitely was. But with all those moves, Magellan never had Venom Demon at all. He had a few of his, regular moves, like his regular poison moves, that he's used in the series and everything. But Venom Demon was the highest, move that he had, and excuse me, and it was the most powerful technique that he ever had. Wasn't really controlled as as much and everything. Like it wasn't in control as much and everything. Like it still did a lot of damage, but it was like he used it as like a final resort. And but with those final resorts and everything, if you haven't really trained with that ability, it's like you're not gonna have much control with it, so you really should have control, with your abilities and everything. Just letting you know now. um but Magellan, though, is just, if we don't get anything like that for Pirate Warriors 4 as either a cutscene or, flat out like you gotta fight back at him and everything with him having the Venom Demon stuff, I'm just literally gonna be like, you literally wasted it again, like wasted Magellan's potential and now even made it worse for him to not even be on the playable roster and everything. Like, that's humiliating to Magellan because dude could do stuff. Like, dude can pack a punch. He could pack a punch. Alright? Like, Magellan is somebody you don't mess around with and everything. Like, dude's powerful. You know? So, no Venom Demon. That means you completely screwed up Magellan's whole character, and I think Magellan could be put on the roster with the Venom Demon. Like, regardless. Like, I do not care if they say Venom Demon's a boss, only thing, like a big boss battle only thing, I would not care. I'd be like, nope. It's like, like Venom Demon has to stay on his actual character too, because and it's never been used in, Pirate Warriors 3. It's never been used at all, and it should have been used, for all the other ones, but it never was, so that's why I'm just like, nope. It's like, it's gotta stay. It's gotta stay from Magellan. Ultimate technique right there. But yeah, but putting, Magellan aside and everything, because, I really do, like feel for Magellan and stuff. Like I really feel for the guy that he's, gonna be left out while the other ones get to be playable characters and stuff. He had his spotlight, but he needs more of it and everything. Like more true potential spotlight, if you get what I mean. Um but now, moving on to another character and everything, I believe. Yeah, but moving on to another character, and this is for Dressrosa, really. Makai, which again, like, I'm gonna keep saying, shout out to his channel because he's a really cool guy. Um, he made a video talking about how Diamante could actually be playable in the game, and and I kind of looked at the details and everything on what he meant and stuff, and there was a screenshot of what appears to be like a cutscene or something, where Rebecca is kind of on her knees and everything, and she's kind of got a gun pointed at her, like a flintlock pointed at her, and Mackay had stated that looking closer at the details of that flintlock, that pistol that was, the gun that was held at her head and everything, or held at her, he was saying that that had to be the same gun that Diamante was using, to basically kind of say, like, yeah, I killed your mom, now I'm gonna kill you, you know? And so I had to basically be like, yeah, I can agree with that detail and everything because, I mean, why would Diamante not make it into the game? That'd be really cool and stuff because, Diamante kind of was one of the people from, Dofi's past that helped basically build up his own crew and everything because Diamante was also part of those important people back in the day when Dofi was like 10 years old. Like Diamante was one of those people that helped Dofi also rise to power to make him, one of the warlords of the sea, or even make him like, the demon itself, you know. So that's why Diamante could get preps for that and everything, because, for that, and also because of the fact that Diamante has like a really weird fruit ability. I believe the actual translation of it is called like the Ripple Ripple fruit and everything. Like either Ripple Ripple or Ripple Ripple. I think it's Ripple. And basically what that is, like, I thought it was called the flag fruit and stuff. But actually what it is, it's ripples actually. He can make stuff into flags and everything and keep it in his little pocket, but what he's really doing is kind of rippling it up and everything to where it's in its original shape and everything. It's gonna be like, in this rippled up flag shape and everything, in which, he just keeps it in his little pocket there, could throw it out whenever, you know. His sword, which he also has a sword with him and everything. I believe it's a glaive, I believe it's called. Yeah, it's called a glaive or something. But he's got like this technique or whatever with the sword, and it's like a ripple glaive or something, where basically his sword isn't really like a pointed edge. It does like this really weird like ripple thing or something. It's really weird. But yeah, but I think Diamante with his abilities could really, make use for his moveset and everything with Pirate Warriors Force. I think Diamante could make it in there for the Dolphy crew members and stuff, because if we don't, it's like, come on, there was a lot of potential to put Diamante in there. That would have been great, you know? Another character which we did get to see in a Dressrosa screenshot way back, we only got to see this character in his ability form, and that was Pika. We got to see Pika in his stone form because he has the stone fruit and everything. He can basically turn his whole body to stone. He's not stone itself and everything, but he can change his whole body into it. But he can also mold himself in any type of stone at all and everything, like the stone in the floor, stone in the walls, or just any type of stone in particular and everything. Wherever he can find stone, he can basically merge with it and basically be like, aha, I am also in the wall, but I could also like make like a fake head of me. You could punch it or slash it apart, but I can already get myself out of that, in which you won't hit the real me. So it'd be fun, like basically just all that and everything. But basically though, I think Pika would also be a pretty cool character to play as because again, with his abilities, could also be really funny to use because I could definitely see where if you want to escape or something, like they also had it where you could kind of do like a fast dash ability and everything. Like not just kind of just dashing to run and everything, but you can also like kind of dash to also, bash into your enemies while you're kind of like zoop, like a speed zoop and everything. I could definitely see it where Pika would kind of just jump into the floor and everything, kind of merging himself into the stone and kind of just voop, like create like a stone head of himself and just kind of like pushing the people out of the way and stuff. And having his full, body from turning all the stone to his human form and basically, or his regular self, I should say, basically just kind of bashing, all the heads around. Because Pika's a pretty strong dude, you know. But, I just really hope that Pika could also make it into the game too. Not only because of his abilities, which would be pretty cool to use, but also because of the fact that the funniest thing that would probably be, really funny to play with Pika and everything, if there was ever like a dream log or something and you just get to free roam with Pika. Funny thing to really use with or funny thing that would be really fun with Pika and everything, which please God, I hope they keep it with him in the game. Um, Pika has a really high pitched voice and everything. Like he has like a Serrano voice and everything. So, I believe I believe Serrano means like a really high pitched voice and everything. Like he's supposed to be this really intimidating, like fellow, or this really intimidating, type of guy that you look up at him and you're like, oh shoot, it's like this guy's about to kill me, you know. Um, but then in all but then in all reality though, the minute he speaks out some words and you hear this really high pitched like noise coming out of his mouth and everything, like really high pitched words, you really start thinking for a minute like this guy's supposed to be scary. It's like he ain't the scariest man in the world. He's the funniest man in the world. Like this guy is funny, you know. But he's super sensitive about his high pitched voice and everything. So, like I think that would also be like a joke kind of thing where the minute he goes and speaks, you kind of get like all the enemies laughing at you and then basically like puts you into a rage and you basically beat them all up and everything. Like I don't know if that would be like one of the specials or something or what, like actually I could see that as one of the specials, just not thinking about it. Like like I think Pika's awakening would be either him becoming stone or something else really. But his ultimate special though I could see where Pika would kind of merge, like he would merge into the stone into the floor and then kind of like turn into this like giant stone warrior and stuff, like half of it at least. Like he wouldn't be standing really tall and stuff with his legs and everything because I think that make him too tall and stuff. Like, I mean there are some tall characters and everything like the big boss battles with Part Warriors 4, but Pika was like a gigantic warrior. Like the dude literally was like top of the freaking world. Like even taller than my house. All right, like taller than my house. That dude was like really tall. That he even like his head literally reached around like the clouds of the sky. Like his head really reached that far. Um, but yeah, but Pika, it'd be funny where, Pika would be like half of that and everything. Like half of his lower half would still be in the ground and stuff, but his top half would be like still there. And and it's like the minute that, like the minute that he's about to go and start an attack and everything, like he gets all mad and he's like, I'm gonna defeat you all and everything, but speaking in his high pitched voice and then it kind of cuts over to like it kind of cuts over to all the enemies laughing at you and then it's kind of like it cuts back to Pika, like he gets really mad and everything, like his eyes kind of start shaking and then launches the punch and then delivers the destructive blow and everything. Like I could definitely see that happening as a like ultimate special or something. Like if that happens too, I'm gonna be like, boy, I cannot believe how many times I called Bandai out on this stuff. Like, this is funny. Um, and one last character to end out the video. Like I said, I know this one's a really long video, but last character to really end out the video and everything. I can't really say a character way backing like the East Blue or some parts of the Grand Line and everything because Bandai only wants to go all the way from Alabasta all the way to Wano. I hope they really just reconsider and be like, well, maybe we could make it to where if they do the certain thing, we could actually add a little detail to take them back all the way to, the East Blue and then go all the way up to, Wano that way. Like, we did give them a fair share to say, like, yeah, we would incorporate we would basically have it where they would experience the full scope of the story of One Piece itself, and it should be fair. Um, but this is a character in Sabaody, and I'm not gonna say one of the Celestial Dragons. I'm not gonna say one of those guys. Actually, no. It would be for the time skip and everything, and well, the time skip of Sabaody and everything. Like this is like 2 years later after the Straw Hats, training and stuff, for everybody's training. Um, I would want, Caribou to also make it in there as well and everything. Now, I know a lot of people would probably be like, now why him? Because Caribou was more like just a random idiot that was just there. Like sort of like a buggy. Caribou was like just there, got beaten the crap out of all the time, barely served any purpose, and was like, okay. It's like, why do we have this idiot here? I mean, like, Bucky proved a little bit of a purpose, actually. Like, he proved his purpose somewhere, and he got himself, somewhere better, too. Like, became a warlord of the sea, for crying out loud. That's what he became. Caribou, he just became a freaking prisoner, is all what he became and stuff. Like, didn't get himself anywhere good after his own little adventure in the Fishman Island arc. Really didn't get anywhere far. All he did, really, was get himself arrested, and I'm like, it's like, you idiot. It's like, well, that's kind of his own fault for being cocky that he's a Logia user and everything. Now I'm not saying I want him to be playable in the game because of that reason. I mean, we have a ton of Logia users now that you think about it. I mean, well, as for the series, we really, the series, I think we had all the Logia users, like the actual canon ones from the story, to be in the games, whether if they were actually playable or NPCs. But but we legit had all the Logia users, legit in the games and stuff. Like we had the three admirals. We had let's see, we had the three admirals. We had well, we had Monet, but Monet was an NPC for Punkcaster. We had Caesar. Caesar was also a Logia as well. We had Crocodile, we had Ace and Sabo, we had Anaru. Like, I can keep going on this list and everything because I remember all the Logias and everything. The only one that really wasn't added in there was Caribou, and I'm like, well, dude's the only like Logia user left, so yeah, just kind of flick him on in there and everything, just to kind of finish it up and everything. I mean, I don't know if they're still gonna keep Monet around. They probably might. They probably might not. But if they do, who knows? Maybe Monet might be a playable character this time and stuff. But I really think Caribou could definitely make it in there and everything, and they could probably create like a huge move set for him. Because, like I said, Caribou was really just there. The dude wasn't really that important. He pulled off some stuff and everything, as for like attacks and everything, but dude wasn't really important. So, yeah, just throw him in there just for like random fun reasons, I guess. Like, basically make it to where Caribou is like this guy that's like full of surprises and everything, because his swamp fruit is what it's called, basically makes it to where he can store people or objects inside of his own body, in which he can pull out whenever he wants, and kind of either like kind of create like an army, or basically just kind of like use any type of weapons he has stored in his body to his own will. So I could definitely see them kind of just, doing a lot of stuff with Caribou and everything. Like, it'd probably be really cool and really weird and funny, I guess, but I don't know. Like, who knows really what they're going to do with Caribou, but, you know, I just really hope that they kind of just do well with that and everything. Like, there's so much that they can do. But yeah, but this will be the end of the video right here. It's almost actually been an hour in this video, so like I said, it was gonna be a pretty long video. But anyway, though, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Leave a like on the video and leave a comment down below on what characters that you're still hoping for to make into Pirate Warriors 4, because some of the ones on this list, like I said, still hoping that they would make it in the game. And then there were some other new ones and everything that I hope also make it to the game as well. They don't, but they do. That's great, you know. But yeah, but this will be the end of it and everything, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. See you all in the next video. Bye.